Hello everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Bjdmm mods. Today, we are going to paint our brake calipers. Now, a good brake kit can cost you thousands of dollars. These brakes work more than fine. They're actually great brakes. And the rust doesn't bother me here, but this ugly caliper does bother me. So today we're going to paint that, and the cost is only about 10 bucks to paint this caliper instead of $2,000 for a best brake kit you can get. So we're going to fix this today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. The first thing you're going to need to do is jack up the car. Now there should be a jack access point on any new car. Mine is right there. There's a little cup in there. I don't know if you can see that. But that's where the jack is supposed to go. So the first thing we're going to do is jack up the car. Okay, so now that the car is jacked up, and ladies and gentlemen, there's a Bjdmm gap for you. But that's just because it's jacked up. Anyway, the next thing we're going to do is take off our front tire. Now, I loosened the bolts up a little bit, just a turn or two, while the car was on the ground, just to make it easier when it's up in the air. However, with the front-wheel drive car, the front tire, you should be able to turn them, but it's better. So this is my jack handle here, and I have the locking nuts, so they come with this adapter and the jack handle. Goes right on that adapter, and it's hard to do this one-handed, or harder to do it one-handed than it would be otherwise. And there goes the lug nut. But anyway, take your lug nuts off and take your wheel off. Alright, so now that we got the tire out of the way, the next best thing the next thing that you should be doing is masking off. Masking off is best with use of tinfoil and a little bit of this 3M painter's tape. So we're going to mask off, and that's the next step. Okay, so that's masked off. If your car is spotless, which mine under here is not, the rest of the car is spotless though. But anyway, you can mask off this stuff, but that's a lot more work than it need to be. So you mask off that, and you put it from a tip from somebody who's done this before. Put a little bit of tape in there, and it makes it stops your brake pad from getting paint on it, and it just looks a lot more professional. It looks like you bought them like that. So the next thing to do is going to paint them. Finally, we get to get some results. I got the Duplicolor caliper paint. It's like $8, but don't say, "Oh, I'm not paying $8 for spray paint. This is budget Bjdmm mods, isn't it? Why didn't you get $1 Walmart paint?" Well, here's the thing. These brakes, especially if you're running your car on any sort of track conditions, are going to have a lot of pressure under them. And the only problem with that is that, or a lot of heat on them. And the problem with that is it can crack your paint or make your paint bubble. So if you get a good quality caliper paint that is made for this, it works a lot better. So, and we're not just about doing stuff cheaply, we're about doing it correctly but cheaply. So this is the best way to do it. So now they got a fresh coat of paint, the next thing to do is to unmask. And it just simply pulls right out. And it does look like I missed a spot or two, but that's actually not a missed spot. That's just the light shining on it. So, and the next thing, don't forget, what I usually end up doing is taking one of these little bike fittings and using it to move. Oh, and this stuff doesn't stick at all to the brake caliper or the brake pad. So you just pull that right out, and that's that little piece that went in there. And it looks a lot more professional now. Just like there's an old dirty pad in there, but a nice quality caliper. So the next thing to do, put the wheel back on.